501c organizations, so anyone that has that 501c designation can apply. And we're really looking for events or projects that are going to impact the tourism economy, so things that are going to bring visitors in from outside of Ouachita Parish.
Approved 501c organizations can now apply for the tourism event and marketing grant. It's a reimbursement grant that the staff with Discover Monroe-West Monroe says is intended to assist with new events and marketing. The staff says they're helping the region increase hotel bookings.
We're funded by a hotel occupancy tax, and so the grant funds come from that as well. And so that's what we're hoping to get with the partners in this program, is to find projects, either events or marketing initiatives or attraction, plans and things like that that are going to bring people in and impact our economy.
Sheila Snow with Discover Monroe-West Monroe says the number of awarded grantees depends on how many applications are submitted.
It just kind of depends on the number of grants we receive, the amounts that are being asked for. Sometimes programs that are requested may be fully funded, and sometimes they may receive partial funding or no funding at all. So it just depends on the applications and the number that we receive.
And I'm sorry about that earlier, you all. The applications can be submitted until August 5th, and we'll guide you to the form on KNOE.com. Back to you, Jennifer.